2-layer scrunchies coming up. Hello crafters, welcome to Risa's crafting room. My name is Risa, but you can call me Risa. Currently, I can't stop making scrunchies. 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, using satin fabric, cotton fabric, rubber band. There are so many accessories that we can make. Attach some bow, attach long tails. Anyway, if you love making scrunchies, you can check out my previous videos and I will put the playlist on the top side here. And today I will show you another option to make scrunchies that is 2 layers using satin and a transparent fabric like organza or tulle fabric. So let's get started. First, let's prepare the fabric. When I say we are making 2 layers of scrunchies, which means we are going to need 2 pieces of fabric. I am using satin fabric for the inside, and for the outside, you can use any transparent fabric like organza or even tulle fabric like I did here. I am using tulle fabric for this, and as you can see, even if I use the same fabric size, the organza fabric looks puffy compared to the tulle fabric, so you can choose your own fabric. Now, a little important thing to highlight that organza and satin fabric fray so much. So if this is your first time making scrunchies or your early time making scrunchies, I strongly suggest you to seal the fabric, so you can just cross the fabric on the candle and you can seal the fabric so it's less fray. So you can seal all along the fabric. But if you sew regularly and you used to this kind of fabric, I think you can skip this part. Now I have finished seal the edge, and the size of this satin fabric is about 28 by 4 inch, and the organza is 28 by 5 inch. But you can also use wider fabric if you like it to be more puffy. So with the right sides together, I will fold the fabric in half with the right sides together, and we are going to sew this part. The same as the organza fabric, fold the fabric in half, and we are going to sew this part. Next, I am going to press this seam open. Now we can directly sew the scrunchies, but if this is your first time making scrunchies, then I have the easier way to make your scrunchies, making it easier. So we put the seam together here, put the seam together, let's pin it. We are going to sew the fabrics together. Just sew a little here so that the fabric will join together. After we sew this part, we are going to the other part, to the other ends. Just pin this. We are going to sew all along the fabric to join the satin and organza together, to make it easy. I have sewed the fabrics together, and I am going to put the seam here on the lower left side. So we are going to fold the scrunchies, fold it to the center like this, and we are going to sew all along the fabrics. If you sew regularly, that you don't have to sew these fabrics together, you can directly fold it and you can sew all along the fabric. Do a back stitch. And when you sew this part, make sure that the seam here is joined together so it can align perfectly. When you sew until here, put the needle down and then lift up the presser foot and you can adjust the fabric. You can pull the fabric out from here can pull this out so we can continue sewing. With the needle down, you can have a perfect straight line. Remember to put the presser foot down and then continue sewing. Pull the fabric once again. And you can see that this is the beginning of our sewing. We are going to leave opening about 1 inch wide to let us turn the fabric. This is the opening, and this is the last sewing. I sew it a little inside, a little to the inside of the fabric, so the outside sewing thread, it won't be visible once we turn the fabric right side out. Now let's prepare the elastic band. You can use any size for the elastic band. I am using a 1/4 inch wide elastic band. You can also use 1/2 inch wide like I did in my previous videos. For this a 1/4 inch, I am going to need 15 inches because I want to make it double layer. If you are using only 1/2 inch wide, you are going to need only 7 inch. As I said in my previous videos, this loop turner really helps us to insert the elastic band inside the scrunchies. If you don't have this loop turner, you can also use a safety pin. So I am going to show you how to use this loop turner. You can just slide the loop turner inside the fabric, and then I am going to hook the center of the elastic band. It's right here. Just hook it. And you can easily insert the elastic band. Hold this part. You can easily hold the elastic band, pull the elastic band, and we are going to tie a knot right here. Tie a knot a few times. As you can see, this is the knot. Because this scrunchies is so fluffy, it's so puffy, once we finish this knot here won't be too visible. So we can barely feel the knot because it's too puffy. Now after this, you can turn the fabric right side out through this opening. Now after we turn the fabric right side out, the last thing is to close the opening here. If you want a time-saving way, you can just tuck the fabric inside and you are going to sew a straight line here, or you can insert your label. Where's my label? You can insert your label inside here, and you can tuck your label inside here, and then you can sew a straight line. But I really prefer to use invisible stitch. You can check out my previous videos right on the top side. So I am going to show you how I made the invisible stitch. First, I slide the needle inside from the inside. Then I am going to sew the fabric on the upper part and lower part until the end of the opening. So when we finish the scrunchies using invisible stitch, it will be hidden, and you can make any size for this. I am using 6 inch wide for the organza fabric, and you can see it's fluffier on this. That's it. Our 2-layer scrunchie is finished. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this tutorial useful, please give me a like and share this video. If you don't, it's not a problem. Just hit the dislike button and tell me below about what you don't like. See you in my next video. Bye bye.